everyone, welcome back. It's Sammy. We got another massive update. My God, in Path of Exile 2, it's Christmas Day just about every week. 0.5.4 is live, and it comes with a heck of a punch. A lot of more improvements to Path of Exile 2. We have changes to Expedition and the Ruin of Aldor. It's going to give us more depth in the game and give us more control in how we engage with it. They're introducing a new passive tree for the Ruin of Aldor. It comes with 24 nodes, 12 notables. There's another massive change coming in the form of unique items with the introduction of level scaling uniques. There's a new Vessel of Kulamak items, a couple, if I'm not mistaken. And there's a new currency item for Atziri's Temple. And it's going to give us the opportunity to gamba with Val corrupted items. Jonathan finished the teaser video stating that 0.5.4 is the last major patch for a little while before the next patch, 0.5.5, which is going to be alongside a 1-month event and a new economy. Holy mic drop. This game is incredible. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to give you a little sprinkle of what these changes mean, and then what is the impact of what Jonathan, how we ended that teaser by saying it's going to be a little while before we get 0.5.5. And when we do, there's going to be a new economy with it and a 1-month event. Now, I bring this question up because this is a very long league, as many of you know. It's over 6 months, 6 months, over 6 months, depending on when they drop 1.0. We know 1.0 is going to drop before the end of 2026. We know ExileCon is in November. So, therefore, and we know 1.0 is the next major thing outside of these updates that we're going to get before 1.0, if that makes any sense. But my point is, how many more economy resets are we going to get from now until 1.0? That's where I'm kind of going to do a little bit of a sprinkle and discussion on that. And then I'm going to give you my final thoughts at the end of your video. Anyway, please get in the comments section, like the video. It'll help push this video through the YouTube algorithm. And as always, if you can help support my content by subbing to the channel, it would mean the world to me. It's the best way to support my content. Anyway, let's get to it. All right, so I thought the best way to kind of let you know what's going on is to go in game and actually show you what the changes mean. And I have just downloaded 0.5.4, and now I have been farming Expedition. So if you have been farming Expedition and you've completed the quest line, you're going to get this little thing like I did. And these are the 24 Atlas points for the new Atlas tree for the Ruins of Aldor. And basically what you're going to do, oh, I'm sorry, wrong one, this one. What you're going to do is you're going to see now the 24 points that are attainable for you. And there are a couple of ones that I want to show you, and that is expanding territory. This notable provides you with the option of adding more Verisium remnants or increasing the chance of expedition encounters. There is also feeling lucky. I wanted to highlight this as well. The feeling lucky node allows you to purchase a new currency, liquid Verisium, which can be purchased with Verisium. And if you've been grinding Expedition like me, you have a shit ton of them. And this new currency is used to add this new feature in game. And what is the new feature? If you don't like the runic rewards that are presented to you while you're farming Expedition, what's being offered, you can use liquid verisium to re-roll the ruins and begin the encounter, and it will give you a mystery reward. So you may be asking, how do I get this new liquid verisium? Well, first of all, go grab your verisium, and if you've been farming expedition, you should have a lot. You go to Pharaoh once you've selected the node Feeling Lucky, and Pharaoh will now have liquid verisium, which you can exchange with for verisium. So it looks like 600 verisium. So we'll buy all this liquid verisium. And now when I go run expedition, I will be able to, if I don't like the rewards that are being offered, I can put a liquid verisium in there and it'll spawn the event and I will get a mystery reward. So another notable that I want to mention on the new tree is steady development. This will provide you with the option of adding an additional explosive or an additional verisium remnant to your expeditions. The new tree will also give you more opportunity through the nodes once you get them to give you more logbooks. As you can see here, 5% increased quantity of expedition logbooks. Here's another 5% increase of expedition logbooks. There's also a new mechanic within this tree, and that is through this notable Buried Ambition. And Buried Ambition provides a new mechanic, Verisium Sentries, which provide additional ruins and rewards. There is also a new notable that affects your grand expeditions, and that's through this one, the quest continues. And once you select this, grand expeditions may now have up to 3 modifiers and have +1 to area level, therefore further juicing your grand expeditions. Another notable that's pretty interesting is Strategic Advantage, where you have the option to only wait for 50% of the monsters to be slain before the explosion happens, and therefore speeding up the expedition. Or you can choose to have unearthed runic monsters spawn with an additional 20% of life missing. So some pretty unique choices. Do you want some of the mobs to come in already wounded, or do you want the explosions to only wait for 50% of the mobs to be killed before the next one spawns? Choice is yours. And finally, I want to mention this one. This is an interesting notable. This is Double or Nothing. And basically, this is gonna give you the option of how dangerous you want your expeditions to become. You want to play it safe, you can remove runic modifiers from chaining, or you want to play with fire, you can increase the risk and reward by allowing 2 runic modifiers to chain instead of 1. Now, for those of you that have not tried expedition, when you look at the modifiers on the remnants device, there's usually like a halo or whatever around it. That means that is going to chain to the next one. Now this, if you select 25% chance to add an additional runic modifier, you are now going to have 2 instead of 1, therefore amping up the risk but also amping up the reward. So another amazing way to customize our expedition playthrough. Now, moving on from expedition, we had another massive change that's going to come in the form of unique items with the introduction of level scaling uniques. Unique items in 0.5.4 will now automatically scale their skill level down to match lower level characters, providing players the opportunity to use more uniques earlier and often. Another benefit will come when creating new characters. If you find a high level unique and started a new character, you can equip this unique in this new patch. The Vessel of Kulamak has a new item. There's a couple of new unique items, I believe. That looks very interesting. There's a new currency item for Aziri Temple. We'll be able to gamble with Val corrupted items. So Aziri Temple now has a new currency to gamble and go double or nothing on an already corrupted item. Oh man, that is a mouthful of content. Unbelievable. It's like Christmas every week with GGG. We already have enough to do, and they just keep adding to the game, which is unbelievable. But I wanted to kind of talk about how Jonathan ended the teaser on this update, which, by the way, is live. We don't have to wait for this one. It is live. So 0.5.5, Jonathan said, isn't going to come for a little while. Who knows what that means? Is that a month, 2 months, 3 months? But 0.5.5 is going to be in a little while. And he did say it is going to come with an economy reset and a 1 month event. So it got me thinking, how many more economy resets are we going to have? Is this going to be the only one, or are there going to be more? Now, we know ExileCon is in November, and we know that 1.0 is going to drop before the end of 2026. So we are all predicting that the big announcement in ExileCon is going to be 1.0's date of release, which is either going to be the end of November, because ExileCon, I believe, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, if my memory serves me correct, is November 7th and 8th. So that gives them, if they announce 1.0 November 7th, November 8th at ExileCon, they could potentially say 1.0 is happening at the end of November, the third week of November. But a lot of people are predicting the beginning of December. Regardless, that gives us a nice chunk of a league for the return of the Ancients. So is 0.5.5 the last economy reset before 1.0? I think there's going to be two. I think there's going to be a 0.5.6 and then 1.0. And I don't think they're going to go and have a big gap between a 0.5 point question mark and 1.0. I think we're going to get 0.5.5, 0.506, and 1.0. I think that 0.5.5 is going to come in August, and then 0.5.6 is going to come in October, and then ExileCon happens in November. They announce 1.0 for December, and they are literally hitting and keeping the momentum alive literally every 30 to 60 days. Now, they're keeping the momentum alive with all these updates, like even these little updates, and I use the word little loosely, because these are not little. These are nice big impacts to the game. But that's how I feel. You let me know in the comments sections what you think. Do you think there's just going to be the one? And do you think they're going to wait 2-3 months before 0.5.5 comes? And I do have another prediction. I think swords are coming in 1.0 when they drop it. That's going to be the other big announcement. I'm calling it right now. Ooh, big predictor. Wow. I think they're going to announce 1.0, and they're going to announce a new class with the swords. You guys know what that is. I don't want to ever say that class again, because I get raked over the coals when I bring it up. But you know which class I'm talking about. I say that's happening in 1.0. I don't think we're going to get the third trials, the trials of the ancestors. Jonathan did not look very positive in the Q&A when he was asked about it. So I know he said 50-50, but it looked like he was leaning towards it's not happening. But that was just me picking that up. But anyway, get in the comments section and let me know, how is your experience going? We're blasting Expedition. I'm so happy we were farming Expedition. As you saw, my tree is already done. If you haven't done Expedition, I suggest you go try it. It's been a lot of fun. Now, in the beginning, I was doing pretty good with currency. I haven't done any Grand Expedition. I'm waiting I'm waiting to bulk up on my tablets and my waystones to get the right ones, and then we're going to go and farm farm even more efficient with expedition. But I've made some decent currency on it so far. Anyway, there's a lot to farm in this game. We also finished all the challenges, so we're basically done. My character's level 95. So this is a nice injection of new content, and I want to try it out. But let me know how your experience is going. I would love to hear it. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll hope to see you next time. Take care. The opinions expressed in this video are mine and solely mine. Healthy debate is always encouraged. Hate is never welcomed. So get over it.